Let's go. All right, what was next anyway? Let's see. Did all of that. Moog, down below. Ha ha ha. Let's do it. Gotta do this shit again. What the hell? Golden Rune 1. It's funny. There. It teases you. Gotta burn the capital to get that. Unless there's another well up there. Is it possible there's another well up there? Think about that for a minute. Maybe there is another well up there. Where would that be? Oh? Is there something there? theory, there's a well around here somewhere. Oh. Let's do this. Oh, thank you. I'm looking for in theory, a well. You're asking the big questions. All right, I will answer that one very directly. Give me 1 moment to kill this guy. Okay, so there are 2 possible arguments. Well, 3 actually. Argument number 1, which is actually the simplest one. If you compare the 2 shields, they actually are a little bit different. The fingerprint shield gives better magic protection, and slightly lower guard boost. I don't need a ton of guard boost at this point. It's helpful, but it's a difference of 4. Whereas the resistance is about anywhere from 4 to 6 points for each of the types. So I get more magic resistance with the fingerprint shield. But that's not the primary reason. Primary reason is this. With this shield, let me go to put my bonk out. With this shield, I can hold my shield up and then do this, which is the attack with the shield in that position. So I'm in guard, and then I can basically just tap the shift on PC and throw the Ash of War out. A moment while I take these. The other shield. Oh, that's what I meant to do. So, if I do the same thing with the Verdigris shield, Verdigris, whatever. Oh, after grab attack, lame. Instead, I get the shield skill, which itself is great. But I don't get the Ash of War. I put the Ash of War version of that same attack. So that's the reason why the 2 shields actually have a difference. And it's because the fingerprint shield, I can put an Ash of War on it that I want, and what I put on was no skill. Yep. It's not a strong argument. It's not an argument for me to say, oh, you should pick this or that. That's not at all an argument that I'm posing. Just to be clear. Oh, I missed. I'm not seeing... I'm looking for a well somewhere that goes down, but I'm not finding it. Huh. Should be maybe over here. Possible it's back in this area. seeing it anywhere. Huh. I've got my placement off a little bit. Go back down here. Yeah, the yeah, that's a fun little setup. Oh. These Starfist. So it is should be directly overhead. Yeah, that's not going to work. All right, I just got to remember this spot. All right, now I can put it there. Maybe. I want to see if I can find it. Now I'm just curious, like, exploration time. I did not know that there was an opening that would get you there. Up there. Interesting. Oh. This must be it. Yeah, this is... So, this is the hole that will form when you burn the city. Interesting. So this is the one... So yeah, there's no way that obviously there's no clear way to get down, right? So this is the one that when you burn the tree and the city goes to City of Ash, this is the opening you go down to get to the underground. Huh. Interesting. All right. That's what I wanted to know. You can't really look up directly up, so I couldn't see that it was a covered grate or not. Oh, in the City of Ash? Yeah, there's a you can get back down to the underground if you've skipped it once you burn the tree. Hammer is just redonkulous. I is so crazy. So crazy. I don't want to do anything down there. I needed more fiber. It is. I mean, it is. But you got to keep in mind that I'm also having a ridiculous amount of weight allowance. Phone call. Whoa, that was a hell of a wrong number. Have some fun with this, I hope. Bonk. All right, I got to admit, this is fun. I could, by the way, you can go heavier than this armor. I'm just wearing, right, there's, which hat? There's a couple other hats in this category, and I think one of them's even heavier. I could wear the ritual pot. That'd be hilarious. See just how heavy I can get. Yeah. So a couple relatively small pieces of advice. So Moonblade main hand, staff offhand. The problem with the Moonblade is you're going to try and be the whole reason to use the Moonblade, right? I assume you mean. I assume you mean Moonveil. That's my assumption. If you're using Moonveil, the whole point to using that is the skill that it has. And if you're using an item offhand that has a skill, you're going to have to be pretty tricky about switching between skill abilities between them. What I usually do is I carry 2 items. So, like, imagine it's a staff in my main hand. I'm doing incantations, obviously, right? So I can still do my offhand, but if I throw a cast item offhand here, like this combination, for example, here, I'll line it. You'll see me attempt to do a spell, right? So this has a skill attack on it, right? This is me. I can't cast a spell because I don't have the FP to use this spell, but I can attack with it, right? I can do a heavy attack with it, but if I try and use the skill attack, it works, right? And I don't get the spell that I want, which that's okay. That may be the intent, right? That's not a bad thing. But you get stuck in this animation, right? So if you fail to cast the spell, listen, you'll hear the tapping, right? So fail the spell, I'm tapping to attack, and it gets me locked in that animation. If I want to be able to use the spell, I have to make sure that I don't accidentally throw the skill. That's the catch. So what you want in the offhand is going to be whatever, in your case, staff, in my case, incantation, incant scaling, whatever has the highest scaling factor. Notice this does boost Dragon Communion incantations. So this boosts it up to 388, right? But hold that thought. Really? Oh. I've been making a mistake this whole damn time. Okay, so I just corrected myself with a mistake that I've been making that I didn't grok. So notice my int is very low. This is an int. This is a seal that uses int as one of its centers. So I've actually been making a mistake this whole time. There's no reason for me to have this at all. Actually, I can just put this offhand. That's even better. So, you want to make... So this is the equivalent to the setup that you have. Forget what this boost is, right? Forget what the boost is. You want the highest scaling first. You want the boost second. Now, if all other things are equal, if you had two different staves, one was like 350 and one was 351, but the one that's 350 boosts the casting that you're doing, boosts gravity, boosts whatever. If that one's better, use that one because you get the boost, if they're about equal. But scaling is always your most important stat. If the scaling is higher than a few points more, use that. Forget the boost that you get for it. If you want to do full casting, what you do is put your highest int scaling main hand and your boost offhand. And it's specifically the passive effect boost, not the boost from the glintstone staves. From the hold on, do I have them in my equipment? Yeah, not this boost. Notice there's no passive effect here, so it doesn't work the same way. So see how this has the Cairn Sword sorcery? So I would pull this out when I would do Moonblade Adula. That way, because it increases that specific spell. But when I switch to the moon spell, I would switch to this staff because it boosts full moon sorcery. I'd have these two offhand, and this one was main hand. But that's because the scaling was higher. Now that won't be true. This will have... Well, I can't use them, so it's 60. So, like, this scaling is 239, and this one's 299. This would be a better choice, just to kind of put things in perspective. So you always want to pick whatever the highest scaling is first. And that's what you want to use, and this is important, that's what you want to use to cast the spell. So if you're casting offhand, you want your highest in scaling offhand. Sorry, that was kind of a convoluted explanation, but I hope that made at least some sense. I happen to like that style that you're talking about, where you have a casting item offhand and main hand is a weapon. I actually think that's kind of cool. Ooh. Oh, good lord. Oh yeah, this is awesome. I'm deep into my, what, 10th or 11th playthrough. But I agree, this game is awesome. I'm skipping a bunch of stuff that normally I wouldn't skip if I was on a first playthrough because I've already done it and I don't need the items. I don't think so. That guy's managed to backstab me before. Multiple times, in fact, which is sad. Yes, this is a hard tank. Here, watch this. Let's go here. Oops. What? Oh, duh. Sorry, this is going to take a minute for me to get used to. I messed something up, and until I can get back to my camp spot, Get you built up. Oh, he's not rotten yet. Now he's rotten. God, I have so many of those now. Oh, yeah. They do such a really good job of it. So this is what I call a dragon bonk. You need to be a stupidly high level to really pull it off, though. This is the only one. I've been led to understand this is actually considered to be a Dark Souls game. But I don't know. I have not, but yeah. I've been told I may do that. Let's see. Okay, so, I'm going to go back to Sort Chest, and now I'm going to go back to the explanation I was giving before. $353. So I'm looking at this value here, incant scaling. 353 is what this guy will give me. 388. Yeah, it's because of the arcane that I have. There is no... This is the best seal that I have to use, so there's no reason for me not to use it. There's no reason for me even to have these extras. In fact, I'm going to put these back. $299. Hold on, let me think about this for a second. $305. Interesting. All right. Well, it's made by the same company, right? I think. Bonk. Bonk. Oh boy. Ooh. These guys. It's so funny. They're crazy. What's even more crazy is they're not fighting each other. Oh, there we go. Ha ha. Fun stuff. So it makes it all worthwhile. locked on. Alright, let's see. Let's do this. Yeah, this is going to take some getting used to. Give me a sec. The risk of kicking this down is he can now climb up that ladder, by the way. So, fastest way to get to the bottom. Watch, I'm going to show... It took me so long to figure this out and to follow, like, guides over and over and over again. Keep running straight. Go past the first hole. Kill the giant rat. Keep going around. Drop into the second hole, which is right here, but watch out for this guy. If you remember that dude that I mentioned backstabs me sometimes, that's the gate to get to him. How do you survive that? That's the big question. And you're there. And this is now into the depths. With the first boss that's actually annoyingly hard. Early game. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yes. Well, so you can use... I agree, item switching is annoying. But you can do it using your mouse. Using wheel up and wheel down with shift. But yes, it is very annoying. You can set it up to be on different keys. I've actually sometimes wanted foot pedals. So I could tap a foot pedal to switch. Hey, Wandering Sage. Oh, go camp here. All right, let's see here. We are going to... Tish. And... Shackle. Casting time. No, I'm gonna jack bonk. Can. He is not frosty yet. Oh, bastard. Ow. This guy's reach is ridiculous. Ah! Oh, come on. this guy not frosty yet? That's crazy. That's what I want to know. Hey, Tish, hit him again. There you go. How did that guy not... Like, I hit him with the breath weapon. How many times he didn't get frosty? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But now... Zing! For those that want to know why I don't need the item, I already have this. Is it killing you, Kata? Do you want me to go get it just to, like, clear your feelings? Here we go. I know the feeling. Alright, here you go. Yep, it's in there. Alright, messing with you. It took me a long time to not have to pick up everything. A very long time. Alright, so, drop. Keep going. Drop. Go downhill. Pick up Crazy Stone. Go to this corner where this guy is. Go scooch, scooch, scooch until you plop off the edge right here. Alright. Back up. And just do a roll or a hop to get to this spot. Alright, from here. Jump. Ah. I haven't missed that in a while. It happens, though. Alright. Jesus, I have, what, 2 million runes parked there somewhere? Better pay attention. Alright, let's do it again. This time we'll not lose the runes. Alright, down. Down. Down, down, doobie-doo, down, down. Alright, so scooch on the edge. Go back. Little hop. Pick up your runes. Okay. Little hop. Now this one is a hop. Pick up this. Pick up that. Go around. And that is the fingerprint shield. I'm not picking it up so I can show people this later. That's why I'm not picking this up. If you want, you can go down into that area down there, but you can drop from here safely. I'm not doing the Frenzied Flame, so I'm not going to bother with any of that. Thanks for sharing, Gareth. Don't tear an O-ring. Oh, ah, that's funny. I always forget to fix that. I'm not trying to pick anything up. I'm also not trying to... He fell. Ah! Bummer. Not really. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, alright, yeah. Play that game? There you go. Oh, not in range. That's funny. What's wrong with that guy? Oh, robbed. Oh, never mind. Oh, there's one down there. Oh, there's a pile down there. Oh, fun. Not. Ghost flame? Not range. Smarty pants. Killing ants is very satisfying in this game. That ghost flame breath is too much. Man, I got a lot of runes. And that's barely a level, by the way. Ooh. All right. Look, a coffin. I think that's a one-way coffin, though. Pretty sure. Yeah, one-way coffin. All right, level time. Where am I going? Dex, faster casting. Oh, he's frosty at least. Uh-oh. Now he's rotten. Dumb bastard. Oh, sure. Let me rest this out. Stats. They're ridiculous. It's not when your level gets high enough, the whole concept of like what build you are kind of disappears. It really is about what gear you put on, because you can effectively max out like 3-4 stats. So, I mean, if you look at my stats, I am basically a strength, faith, arcane build with endurance 99. I mean, heavy tank. Ah! Bonk. There should be more. That big heal in. Not as big as I like. Oh, that... I need to think about that. That heal was much smaller than when I have... Oh, I put it away too. Rats. Alright. Next time, I need to think about that. Oh no. I have kicked the proverbial hornet's nest. I have way too many weapons. Put them in the bank. That's what I do. Oh wow, this guy's actually managed to hit me. My bad. Oh, it's in... So I don't have the map. It's in Deep Root Depths. I got to it by using the secret passage by the Frenzied Flame area, but there are other ways to get here. Here we go. You're welcome. I know it's kind of a crazy location. Love it. Oh, yes, but let me... I will. Give me a moment, however. Okay, do you see... Up above my helmet, I usually my helmet is my pointer. Do you see above the helmet that branch that goes right along there and sticks into the wall? There's a tunnel right there. That's how you get in. And the Deep Root Depth side of Grace, let me change my facing here, is off in that direction. I assume you're talking about, whoop, this one. Oh, hold on. No, I take it back. I don't know that there's more than one place. Okay. So I'm at the other end. So if you've been here, right? Let me see if I can get a better vantage point. Oh, I can down here. Hold on. Okay, see that entrance right there? Top of the shield. Right there. Top of the helmet now. So this branch right there goes up into that tunnel, and that's what goes back in there and then comes out. That's where I just came out. And then that's the side of Grace is back over that hill back there. Does that explain it well enough? You just hop branches until you get up onto that one. This one right here. That branch. And I'm going to skip all these guys. I have no desire to specifically go after them. I didn't need that. Now, the catch is, from this side of Grace, you cannot get there. Or, correction, it is much longer to get there. So, here, now that I grab this, I can show you. So, this is, yeah, this is Deep Root Depth side of Grace. So, instead, come back from over here. Waterfall Crest side of Grace. So, if you fight the two big, whatever they are, gargoyle things, and then you take the coffin, this is where you come out. That's the coffin that you come out of. And then that over there is where the big guy is. The tree sentinel. Or whatever they're called. The big giant, look like a tree trunk. And then you hop around these branches. This one. This is how I do it anyway. Go to this one. And this is where the Newman's Rune area is back in here. Erdtree Avatar, thank you. The problem is that those don't respawn. You get the ants back, but you don't get the Newman Rune guys. No? There's a sack ant in here. That gives you a Newman Rune, but this is... but it's filled with ants and that guy. You just fight your way through, and you get, like, 5 Newman Runes or whatever. Wait, where am I going? Wrong way. Fun fact, those two big bulbous things are not their eyes. Let's see. That's its eye, right there and right there. Those are not their eyes. That and that are their eyes. Fun fact. That. I hate those guys. I just say that. And this is how you skip to way deep in the game. Even though you haven't done a whole lot. Keep going down. All right, I'm going to keep playing. Builds matter. Okay. Builds do matter. So, you start from here. Is this the one you're starting at? Yeah, I didn't either, actually, until a couple of playthroughs ago. I always went there by completing Ronnie's questline. Which one? From this one? Recruits? Oh, from this one? Oh, just keep going down. This one, there's not... Don't go to the cave first. Go to the... Just keep going down until you don't have any choice. So you're basically just going to keep hopping downward. See if I can do it skipping ants. So just keep going down and down and down. Don't worry about... As long as you can, just keep making your way downward. Ah, I screwed up. Which Moog? The mini Moog in the basement or the Moog outside the giant blood guy? Now I gotta go get my rune pile back. Ah! Yeah, just keep working your way down, and you'll end up at... What you'll want to end up at, anyway, is the... Hold on. No! Why does it do that? Hold on a sec. Almost done. I think. Yep. Oh, he just fell off here. That's funny. Alright. Just keep making your way down. Okay, Zane. I got you. Give me a minute. So keep making your way down until you get to that branch there. You're going to go all the way across that branch and then hop down and come back. And deep, deep down beneath me, see that gold color? Hold on. Right around here. That's a site of grace. Down below, kind of in here. It's actually behind my head. There. That, right there. That's a site of grace. Just keep making your way down to the branches, and that'll get you to that site of grace. From that site of grace, which is this one, the Great Waterfall Crest, the tunnel, you're going to have to fight the Erd Tree Sentinel or whatever. The tunnel is... that branch. Right there, I think. Is that right? Yeah, it's that branch. I have beaten using Tish. I did not use Tish. Maybe I used Tish on the last one. I don't remember. These latest playthroughs, I've been using either Telu, Florisax, My Mimic, sometimes Tish or Dung Eater. Yeah, I think I used Mimic. Okay, so Moog Lord of Blood. Alright. There are two ways to get to Moog Lord of Blood, where you're talking about. I have not done either of them yet. There's the short way and the long way, but the long way doesn't require anything tricky. The short way does. Tricky, not like in a game-breaking tricky, just tricky meaning that you have to do something that's outside normal gameplay. So, for the long way, which I'll describe first, because I can do that all by map. The long way, you want to get to the point where you can use this lift, rolled, using the secret entrance. That will get you here. You want to then follow up. There's a side of grace here you want to grab. There's also one, by the way, here that you want to grab. But you want to grab this side of grace. Then you're going to travel across to somewhere around here. Right around there, there's a teleporter. You have to beat a sanguine noble. But if you grab that teleporter, it will actually take you to here. You then ride down to the top of the shelf. Am I getting this spot right? Shelf's along here somewhere. Anyway, somewhere, I think the shelf is this. So somewhere up in these hills, you come down and you end up right at the teleporter you want to be at for the rune spot. The other way, which I probably should start working on anyway. This happens every game. I just have to decide when to do it. The other way is easier for the most part. I'm far enough along now to do this without having to actually kill anybody. So let's do that. I've been meaning to do it anyway. Let's do it. All right. So first you have to make sure that you've beaten what's his nuts in the storm castle. Go back to White Mask Vade. Once you've done that, he'll say, hey, congratulations on the rune. And then you get an audience with the 2 fingers in the round table hold. So you have to have gotten here, which you will have if you've beaten that guy. Once you get enough runes to talk to the Twin Maiden Husk, or these guys, take an audience.
You know, the finger shake.
I'm way further along, so I'm getting stuff that you won't see. I'm going to skip it all. Go back to Vade. If he's here, talk to him. If he's not, there's a message. This is actually a message in-game. You can tell because it doesn't have any of the other stuff. It's just closed. You can't rate it. Alright, seek the Rose Church west of the Gate Town. Alright, that gives you a hint about where it is. Turns out that we already know. On your map, you are going to go here. And we're going to want to make a few stops. Stop number 1 is going to be there, 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 and this is where we're going to end up. We're going to stutter between 1 and 2. Alright, so go here first. You can do this way as early as you can manage to kill everything you need to kill. So to say that it's this is the shorter path and it's available earlier game. You can't even get to the other path until you're ready for the fire giant. You have to be able to get to it depends on how far along in the game that you are, I guess is the answer.
Hello.
So while I'm here,
Hello.
I'm
It's rather my
taking care of this.
Could I ask that thug only if you've... Oh, to bless a thug, please. Please.
Well, you have to get the hidden... Right. So in order to get the hidden path, you have to be able to get first here, Castle Soul, to get the item you need to use the secret tree, the secret path. Once you can use the secret path, that's when you go to here, and that's how you get around to this spot. Back here. So, I'm doing the quick little quest thing. So, I'm stuttering this little tiny piece. It takes about 5 minutes right here in the middle. Just because I can. You also pick up another teleporter. And this guy will sell you the boiled prawn and everything. So grab this, the boiled prawns. Again, early game stuff. Later game, it's not nearly as important.
What are you trying to stop? Show me. Now consider I'm not in love with you. You're a shrewd first.
Purchase, buy the locket. Leave.
All right. Take things no doubt. You're bloody. Oh. All right then. I could be. All right. Well, but it ain't my. Anyway, lucky she ain't that.
Now you can buy boiled prawn. Now I have to actually go back to where she is, which is here. Raya the Scout, who is not what she appears to be. Here, how about that for straight tank build? And I'm medium roll.
Please. Oh, yeah, thank you, kind. Did I forget? I see. You are very to steady such. Please. For most time, you are no volcano. This land, but the live instead at the base. It was I have faith in you. I do hope.
All right. Oh, actually. Okay. I went and picked up that point just so I could teleport there to speed up the run ever so slightly. So now... I'm not heading straight to the church because there's another teleporter point that I want to pick up, which is the one that you use to get back and forth from the church later. Because we are going to go back and forth from this spot. By the way, I'm walking through the entire quest to get access to the bird farm and the shelf. How close was I? Ha, pretty damn close. Yeah, most of the playthroughs I've been doing have been different build styles. I'm doing this one right now with nothing but dragon incantations, dragon communion, and bonk. So I'm calling it Dragon Bonk. So, I recommend you talk to Vare.
You've had what?
They didn't seem right. If you don't answer they didn't seem right, you're not going to advance the quest line.
Give it to try, and if it I've high.
So he gives you an item. I can't accept it because I already have a maximum amount. But you still get credit for it having been given to it. You may as well come in here and beat this guy. You're going to be fighting some of these later anyway. Just get that out of the way. Okay, so now you have two choices. You can either PvP using... he didn't actually give me any. You can either do the PvP stuff using the Festering Fingers, which at my level becomes a serious pain in the ass. You use these guys, Festering Bloody Fingers. So you can either PvP using these, or... or you have a second choice, which is And that's what I'm going to do. There is, and people have said there are other ones. I do not know where they are. So if someone else can tell you where they are, fantastic. If not, you need to go to the Writhe-Blood Ruins right about here, which is what I'm going to do. And you can invade someone there, beat him, and you get credit for doing the PvP part. This is what I'm going to do. So, I have been told that there are multiple of these invasions that will work. I have yet to find one. Although, to be fair, I have not done them all. I do recommend you kill some of these guys. There's still going to be one left, but... Oh, I missed. There's still one up over there, but... I don't want to get... They have a chance of hitting you, and those things do a ton of damage. I'm not going to melt Gilmir, but yes, there's the Chariot Queen, or whatever they're called. Oh, he still managed to get me. Yep. Can you imagine being on foot and being hit by a trebuchet that you know's coming? That's crazy. Yeah. Now, you're going to want to keep following the road. Do not. It's not actually the way. As bizarre as it may seem. Go down and follow this. I love the way these guys go flying. Woohoo! Yeah, Death Poker's crazy. Coffee. Alright, so this is where I'm headed. See if I can avoid getting killed by this guy. He's actually kind of mean. Oh, come on. Ah. So, that gives me credit for PvPing something. But, you could just immediately teleport back. However, I am not. I'm actually going to continue on the road because there is just a little bit down another grace that I want to pick up so I can come back later. Always plan ahead. Bah. Okay. So now we go back down here. Here's the church. What I'm going to show you now is the easiest way to fulfill the next step. Just head west. You really need to look for the belfry up at the top. You need to turn slightly to the right, but just head west. You'll see it. So talk to this guy again, and this time he's going to tell you more crap. Blah, 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 blah. Irritating voice.
Oh, I'm glad. You have... I wish to... A knight luminary mo... So.
Anoint me.
Yes. Now.
So take
For
Lord
normally
Blood's
the
favor. Ha! Favor.
The cloth, the blood of anyone.
Okay, so if you go through your memory, you have already passed one maiden that you can go get blood from, and that's the one that we're going to go to, but that is not the only choice. You can go to Vike, which is up here. You come up this way, you come up around here, and you end up up through this area right here. You want to kill the thing at the top here before it kills you. And then you go to the Church of Inhibition. And in here, there's a maiden you can use to anoint that cloth. That's not where we're going to go. We are instead going to go to the 4 belfries. To get there, we want to go that way. Where we're headed... Oh, I don't think we can see it from here, actually. Yeah, the big bridge is in the way. Wait. Hold on. Why? What? Something's mad at me and I don't know what. There we go. That's 2. Yeah, that's where I want to go. There. See that up there? Top of the hammer? That little building? That's where we're headed. Smithing Stone 3. Those are critically done. Probably have 30 of them. Oh, watch out for lobsters. Oh, there's 2 of them. Ah, stay away from those. They're evil. Oh, that one's awake. I thought it was dead. Oh, this topic came up yesterday. Singing guys. There's another singing guy right over here. All right. Now we're heading up to the belfries, which is up there. Just right past everything. I'm normally not a fan, but these fights are not worth the difficulty. And don't kill jellyfish, they're good guys. A guy will appear as you're running along here. Just ignore him. So you're going to go all the way to the top of the full belfries. That is the belfry we're going to use. But the top belfry has an imbued stone sword. I want to reset that big guy down there in case he decides to come walking up. Alright, so this chest has one of the anointed stone swords. Imbued, excuse me, anointed. Imbued stone swords. Each one of these belfries takes an imbued stone sword. There are enough to use them all in the game, but you have to find the stone swords. I don't need to do any of the other ones. I did that all on my first playthrough. But you want to look for the one that says Precipice of Anticipation. Use it. It turns on the teleporter. Use the teleporter. And if you've never been, you get to go back and have a revenge fight. So you are now at that spot where you started the game. In here is where that fight is that you're supposed to die when you first play the game. I've never been able to beat him on a first playthrough, so. Second, no problem, but first, nah. Now, the area has changed slightly, and you want to pay attention to that. So instead of going through the front door, go through this side door. This is what's changed. Go through here, up, loot this, the Stormhawk King, and loot this. That's that front door. Here is your maiden. And now you have the option to dye cloth with maiden's blood. Ew, she's all rotten. So, you get that. Now, you don't need to do anything more there. Come back, go back visit Vari again. So much fun. So there are at least 2 other maidens you can use to anoint that way.
Ah, you've complained with this a knight. Now, this noble blood will be an immutable badge of honor.
Right through your armor. Clench your teeth or something.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never it is what by you have.
Now, keep talking to him until you get this.
Amid the power I've garnered, but you mustn't. The meeting must wait. Luminary, we must.
See my favorite cheer? Five minutes. I'm almost done. And then I will show you my favorite cheer. Alright. So, we've done all of this. Devante, seriously, stick around. I'll show you my favorite cheer. So, we've done everything now. We've gotten this item in inventory. You can use it immediately. Now I'm going to show you a trick. I haven't seen anybody else do this. When you're low level, I believe the route I'm about to show you is the best route to get to where you want to go to finish. So you need to get back to this side. And we're on the wrong side. So this is the difference between this method and the teleporter. If you use the teleporter method, you end up where you want to be. This one you do not. But you definitely want to run up and grab this first. Because if you do die on your run, you don't want to have to like go crazy trying to get back here. So, buff up with whatever buffs you can, just to make it more likely to survive. You may not have any. One of the things that attacks you is ridiculously powerful. Oh, I have to go down the stairs. Can't be on your mount through this section. Alright, here's what you do. Go to the left wall and follow it around this way. If you feel comfortable, loot shit on the way. But follow this left wall. It's going to meander around a little bit, but it's going to avoid most of the guys you care about. Not that one, obviously, but leave him alone. Keep following to the left. You'll even get to pick up the thing, a rune arc. These guys. Don't let that hit you. And that's why. Crap. That's actually the first time that guy's managed to hit me. I wasn't really paying very close attention. So don't let that hit you. That's the one catch. You might need to pause for a second. Now, here's the thing. Go through these. Don't touch anything except looting these items. You'll actually pick up some cool stuff. These guys will leave you alone for the most part. The sleepy dudes don't actually go after you. They just kind of stay hibernating. Keep following the left wall. Keep going around. Swarm of flies that used to be the secret of millennia. Keep along the left wall. Go into this tunnel. If you can, kill this, but don't do it at the risk of dying. I didn't pick up the thing that was in there, but I don't need it. So keep following. Now, you're done with the left wall. Now you just want to get up to the top. If you can follow the left wall, you can loot a few things along the way. Duke-kissed herba, blah, 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 and all that. And here is the teleporter that you want. Grab it. Don't worry about fighting stuff before you grab it. Better to grab it and die, and then pop back up here again. And now, I did not have this until just now. So now we are at the shelf. There is the bird, right there, that you can shoot over and over again. And there is the ledge that you can sweep over and over again if you have the weapons to do it. And that's that part. So, we are going to camp, and you are going to suffer through one, maybe more, of my favorite cheers. Now, I hope you didn't think that I was going to do a cheer. I'm a cheer dad. I'm not a cheerleader. For those that don't know, that's my kid right there. One of my kids. This guy. This is one of the best cheer routines at level 6 ever done. Miami Metal, baby. Miami Metal. And Weber. He does a lot more stunting now. But he's a tumbler. Here he goes. So he's over here. He'll come across the screen. Listen to the crowd. This is crowd papa moment. Listen to the crowd. This guy right here, he's so awesome. They all are. Everyone on the team is so nice. This is 2 years ago. Well, a year and a half, but... No, I guess it's 2 years ago. Passage of time. It's over here. This was his girlfriend for years, this one right here. Clapping in front of the camera is so rude. And someone is like, hey, put your hands down. But, let's... This is probably the most iconic modern cheer performance of all time. So Liam is also on this team, and I'm not saying that because Liam is on this team. I am aware of it because he's on this team. This is Top Gun Large Co-ed. It's one of the oldest teams in all of competitive cheerleading. They are well loved and have been forever. The music, I think there's something really special about it. I don't know if you're still watching, Devontae. Maybe you are. CG, I guess you're probably into it too. So for anyone else that's watching, this is the team that when COVID was truly done, this is 2023, obviously from the background. This is, I think there's something really special about this particular team. COVID had finally kind of ended its just earth-shattering, murdering of people all across the planet, and there was something very cathartic about having a cheer team that was so popularized and so well loved come out, where being an EMT, doctors, nurses, that kind of a concept, right? Being EMTs was their whole theme. And although it's clearly cheer-related, you can listen to the lyrics, but I think there was just this mental connection, intended or not, that really kind of brought everything together. The team was super cohesive. They all got along super well. They were so friendly with each other. The coaches are so fantastic. Coach Victor is amazing. Anyway, I will play through the performance, and Liam's pretty obvious to spot. So right now he's in back behind her. Listen to the singing from the crowd. for the crowd. There have been harder performances. There have been probably better performances, but there was something so deeply cathartic about, I think, the timing of the music, the uniforms, and the reopening of the world, because Cheer felt it really hard. That I think really made it special. I'll give you one more, then I'm going to go back to gameplay. I hope this isn't too terrible for those that are mostly watching games. So, uh, no. This doesn't look right. I don't think they have the year right on this one. Well, it has to be. It's on the background. You can see the weird crap that comes up on my feed. No sound, really? Lame. So this is him much younger right here. So Black Ops, this team, unfortunately this recording is kind of terrible, but this team is famous for doing some of the hardest routine elements that exist at this level in cheerleading. World's level cheer, turn it down a little, can't really hear the music too well anyway. World's level cheer doesn't use the same score sheet as the rest of cheerleading. World's level cheer at Worlds uses a relative score sheet. That is, you're not just compared against you're not just compared against yourself. You're actually compared against the other teams. So the rule might say to get full credit, you have to do XYZ. The problem is the team that does the hardest version of XYZ is actually the one that's going to get the highest score. So they're only required, for example, to say have one partner stunt. But the team that has 5 is going to get a higher score than the team that has 1 if they're doing the same stuff. So the team is always pushing harder and harder and harder. So for tumbling, for all aspects of what they have to do, it becomes a huge thing in making sure that they have all of the really difficult stuff built into the elements that they need. The irony is, by doing that, they may actually have a lower score using the standard score sheet instead of the World Championship score sheet. So you can actually come in second, third, fourth place all year long and destroy the competition at Worlds, because your routine is designed to win the world score sheet, not the regular score sheet. And this team is famous for that. This year, they won Worlds for the 3rd time in a row, and they did the same thing. I think they took 5th place at this competition, even though they had a near flawless routine. And it was harder than what anyone else was doing. But it didn't touch the score sheet the way that they wanted it to. Because it was an absolute score sheet, not a relative score sheet. Anyway. So, there's the craziness. And back to Elden Ring. Thanks, Devontae, for coming around. Appreciate it. All right, where was I? Oh, all right. So this itself was an interlude to go to the shelf, which I had no intention of actually using. I may come back and use it later, but not right now. So now we are actually going back to here. Avenue balcony is actually where we want to be. There we go. All right. Well, thank you, Nacho. Just a little brief chance to take a look into the other part of my life. Both my kids do all-star cheerleading. They're both fantastic. Liam's just older and is ramped up to a much higher level. Let's see. Here's we got something in there. Tish? Let's get this guy first. Oops. Damn. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, my timing was off. Wasn't that time. Oof. I gotta remember to put... I need to check my healing. I think I may have prematurely put away the other... my other item. I think the healing is better when I use it. I I swear I'm healing for a lot less now, even though I have higher scaling, and that's weird. Ah! Dang! Ouch! Oh, I'm toast. Nope. We killed each other. Haha. Ah. Ran out of all my goodies. I should have cast heal. I got greedy. That happens. Oh, hold on. Now I can do that test. Bonk, 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 bonk. Oops. God, this weapon is so crazy. Seriously, this weapon's nuts. I am on a PC. Keyboard and mouse. not getting hit, so I can't even test my healing. That's okay. That got it. Yeah, bite me. Okay, so next recommendation when you're playing through an area like this one in particular, you want to go ahead. This is not actually a critical item later in the game, but you know how it is when you can't stand to not have something? So I needed that somber 6. It's one of the easier somber 6s to get. So, I recommend that the first thing that you do is go to the next grace before you come back and go to the tower. That's my recommendation. So, the next tower that you would hit is through there. Don't go there yet. Save it. There is, by the way, I think it's here. Yeah. No. There. There is a little area you can go to. So, just keep going. Get to this point. I'll show you why in a minute. There's a specific reason why. Pick up this point. You don't need to camp here if you don't want to, but you can. Pick up this Lost Grace. So now you can teleport to it. Now go back up again. If you want to do this entrance right here, I don't, I'm skipping it. But if you do, make sure you do it when it's going down, not when it's going up. Personally, I recommend that you drop one of these stones on the ground. Don't fight for it. It will make them easier to see. Uh-oh. Ran out of juice. So, you have this now. If for some reason I don't think you can get here without the ability to enter this tower. There are other towers you can get to without the ability to enter them. I don't think this is one of them. I think this one you can't even get to it without. This may be the only one like that, come to think of it. Because you can't get past that gate without beating the guy to, anyway. So, I'm going to show it now. Where we came from is all the way across that bridge. If we did not pick up that teleporter, we'd either have to run all the way back, or we'd have to go all the way back to this, where is it? To the Avenue balcony and do that run all the way up here again. But because we picked up Forbidden Lands, I can now skip that run. That's why you want to go pick that up first and then come back. Because of that teleport across the bridge that you get one way for free. Now, we get to skip all the way back. That's why we picked up that first. First playthrough, there's plenty of cool stuff to check out. I find this whole area to be obnoxious as all hell, so I just assume skip it. At night, there's one of those dark nights or whatever they're called. The ones that are only out at night. Poor little beetle. Watch this guy go flying. Woohoo! I just plan on running past because I don't want to have to run that ever again. Now, care to beat that guy. So, if you've done the secret medallion, this is where it's used. When you get to this grand lift, the hoist medallion will have a second option that you can switch to that will say hoist secret medallion. I do not have it yet, so. Now, there's a specific zone I recommend you pick up the teleporter for, the Grace, because it's halfway between this one that I just got and the next one. It's the dungeon that's going to point you to. this one. Now you can go in and do this dungeon. This one's kind of fun, actually. I am, at least at this point, skipping it. Look up ahead above the hammer. There is one of those gargoyle thingies up there. Wait for it. There we go. Trust in the process. I hate that phrase so much. It's not even funny. I recommend you hook left a little bit. He's going to keep trying to shoot at you. That beetle's got a stone. Smithing stone. Just keep heading up. Fire Blossom and Rimmed Rose actually really good to have. Later in the game, if you want to start using large pots, not the giant ones from the DLC, but the large pots, these make some pretty decent pots. They're not the only stuff you need, but they're abundant in this area, so every time you ride through, you can pick up like a dozen of them. Especially if you turn left. I went to the right here. That guy up there is actually, he'll animate. I'm not going to bother with that. Be a mariner down here on the right. Again, first playthrough kind of kill. After that, not so big a deal. But his little area is a reasonable way to skip one of the more irritating mobs in the game, which are those guys. Sticking along this shelf here. All right. One quick thing that we're going to do. Is I'm going to shut this thing up. Just sits there making noise the whole time you're in this place if you don't. Yeah, I've beaten it on previous playthroughs. I can't believe I got stepped on. I zigged when I should have zagged. Well, at least I picked up the point first. That was awesome. All I wanted to do was shut that thing up. I have no desire. In your first playthrough, you want to do all of those because they're worth 50,000 runes each. Even if you don't want to duplicate anything, you can trade in the Elden God rune for 50,000 or Millennia's for 50,000. So there's, what, 7 of them? There's 350,000 runes. At that point, that's still a level or two. So, up to you. Now, let's go back to Bonk. Oh, that one. Now, Dung Eater. I wasn't watching. That was me being dumb. Once I got stuck in the animation, I knew I was toast. So, that was awesome on many levels. Love it. Now, I am tempted for this particular part to swap a spell. There are a couple of mobs that are up high that are just irritating. And I want the range. Oh, I meant... Ah. I'll get it in a minute. All right. You know what? Why not? There we go. Now we're talking. No. Lies. Ah, I hate that. I think Telu's got to be my beast on this one. They're just too fragile. Telu's my boy. Kick this down. All right. No, 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 heal. Man, I cannot get this guy rotted up. Ow. Ha ha! That's how it's done, baby. Where's my rune pile? There it is. Man. Well, you know what this means. Wait, is there something back there? No. You know what this means. Gotta go get the other half. Alright, back to here. This one? No, this one. Let's go here first. What am I after? That's 2. Bum, bum, bum. She's not there. I don't care. Picking up this. Actually.
Please, no. Dear me. I haven't a clue. No secrets lie with me, not a one. Oh, please leave me be. Wait then. Well. Oh, we're finished. The curse, I beg you. You must. And then please give.
So I have both halves of the medallion now.
For dear Latina. My leg, alas.
But there's a... Oh, by the way, you may not have noticed this before. There's actually an item in here. Just, it's almost invisible, so... not saying it's worth getting, just saying it's there. Alright, I'm not going to bother with the rest of that. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to head to the cave, where I can get Latenna. Drop. Great violet. Thank you. Coffee. No, it's actually back here. Its placement is weird on the map. Can you tell I've done this before? Alright, so hop down to this ledge. Grab that. Grab these. Pay attention for these guys. Why not? This is actually one of the more obnoxious fights that's coming. And my counter is going to be this guy. Let's get my bonk out. Let's do this too. Still after me, huh? Alright. You got a better chance with Tish. Okay, so once you make it through this cave, You get back to... That's new. That she's already gone. Huh. That's really weird. I guess maybe that quest line's dead now. Weird. I've never noticed that before. Well, that's very confusing. Alright, well,